Welcome back, family, friends, and fellow gamers, to Game Bros playing Super Mario Galaxy 2.
What was this? Just 12,000.
Yeah, oh, we have it now.
1,200. Yeah, no. It literally gets to the point where they're like, I need 1.3. 1.3 what? 1.3 million. You're like, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna collect 1.3 million to get all the stars. You know?
Yeah.
I'm a completionist. What was the? There's a. I don't remember the guy's name. Pro C or something like that. It's on YouTube. I don't know. I know he's an Asian guy who does like a whole bunch of anime and stuff. And a lot of the videos are pretty short. It's Pro C or something like that. But anyway, there's one who does where it's like games that think more gameplay equals funner game or something like that, or more features or something. I don't remember how he worded it, but it was kind of like, I was like, man, the shooting and the combat in this game is really amazing. And then he's like, collect all 30 coins. You're like, can I, is it optional? No, it's mandatory. You're like, okay, that was annoying. Now back to the gameplay, the combat, which is really well done and refined. And then he's like, oh, but collect all 2,000 whatever. And he's like, is it optional? Oh yes, unless you want to see the secret ending. And he's like, okay, fine, I'm done with it.
That's how Arkham Knight is. Like, you beat the game, and then it's like, you lock up all the villains, but then it's like, oh, well, the Riddler is still out there, and to get him, you have to collect all, what is it, like 200 something riddle things, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Can you ground pound on him?
If doing the riddles is fun, then sure. I guess not. All right,
So-
he's just a big obstacle.
Well, can you ground pound? I don't know. Maybe
I'll
you just
try.
ignore him, or not ignore.
I mean,
Get rid of him.
like,
whatever.
for some people, yeah, that might be fun, but for me, no. I'm not getting 200 riddles, or it's something like that. It's like 200, 300. And then
The riddles are the best part. I haven't played it.
well, it's more like, it's not really solving riddles. It's like, okay, there's a puzzle. This is locked away somewhere, and you have to figure out how to get it and open it.
Okay.
And it's kind of like, that's kind of cool.
He's so big.
But then in Odyssey, it's the same thing. Remember, there's like 1,000 moons or
That's
something.
a big nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's
There-
just huge.
Well, and then that was one of the
Can't hit him.
things that the same guy did, where he was like, it's like, oh, there's, collecting all the moons. He's like, oh, there's one here, and then there's one
can't
here,
even-
there's one here, and then at the end, he's like, where the heck is the last moon? Where is it? And then he like looks it up online, and he's like, look up at the moon, and the last moon will appear. And you're like, really? That's the last moon? I mean, nothing against that, but yeah, that game I feel like had too many. Like 1,000 is, in my opinion, too many. Like I think we can beat it with like 200, and we just stopped playing. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
we're like,
done.
we're done.
Like I
I think you could run. Well, yeah.
I don't know.
I heard
just,
the logic behind that design was that they just threw in a whole bunch of different ways to collect the moons, and you get to just pick and choose which ways you want to collect the moons, and just do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would kind of give replayability, because if you need to collect 300 or so, you're probably not going to collect the same 300 every time. So that kind of opens that up. But for like a completionist, which I guess I'm not, I like doing all the things that I can, but I definitely don't. I'm not a completionist in that sense.
I'm not either. Uh-oh.
Can you even get? It doesn't really give you much.
Yeah, you can get across.
You just have to go really
Run,
fast.
and then there's a little.
This would be a good turbo nozzle segment.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can
Just
choose
go.
it.
Go for it. Yeah, we go.
Ooh, a secret. Collect all 20,000 star bits. And we've got 57.
Challenge accepted.
We're gonna do it.
Now
So-
slide.
No.
wait.
What would be even funnier, John, is if they say it's like 20,000 star bits, and they never change it to where it goes. No, let's say like I said 1.3 million, so we'll do that. 1.3 million, which is obviously an insane amount, but drill and then hit them. Yep. Almost. Go. No.
Now
Go. And now go. And now go. You go to sleep. Monsters Inc. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I like how well. I've thought of that. I've thought of that
while.
many times. Like that makes sense sort of in English because it's saying you go, like walk, go to, but he's to sleep. But if she spoke any other language but English, which you never know because all she says is kitty. So I guess it could be, but she could, whatever. She could have heard that on TV and just know kitty in English, whatever.
Is sign language kind of like a universal language?
I believe
deaf
so.
people?
No,
Because I'm pretty sure there isn't like a Japanese sign language.
I think
I think there is because it's called American Sign Language.
Okay.
I don't know.
Never
So-
thought of that.
Yeah, let me Google that. Let me see, like, if there's other types.
I mean, there
of
might
sign
be different
language.
types, but I think you could definitely learn it in other places. But I don't know if every other place would have it. Like, does Portugal have their own sign language, or do they just use the one developed by whoever developed that one? Like, did an American develop it, or did we just take credit for it? It's like it's actually developed by an Irishman, but
Wow.
you need to get that the block. No, that'd be awesome if it like opened up.
Yeah.
So according to this, there's
Oh, what do?
there's over 300 different types of sign language.
I did not know that.
There's over 300 different types of signs or sign
Crap,
languages.
I didn't mean to do that.
Sign languages.
Okay, because I'm just thinking because that could be.
I'll just
What happened? What?
I missed something.
Oh.
It's not worth it. I'm just gonna no.
Oh wow, you're all the way back here?
Nah, I'm just gonna speed run it. I'm just curious what it is.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, like there's American Sign Language, and it says, then there was a British one, but I think there was like a Korean one. There's, so I think for probably every spoken language, there's probably a sign language.
Well, to
I
me,
imagine,
they're
I guess.
like. I guess I'm not deaf, so I can't say like in my experience, but like I don't see why that would be necessary. But I also only know English, so maybe
Yeah.
that's
It's like-
whatever.
I mean, how like, this symbol in American Sign Language means, peace. But how do you
Like,
convert that to Korean?
why would you need to? Peace is peace, and no matter what.
How do you tell a deaf person what this means? That's my
Well,
like
yeah,
a
how
deaf
would you tell
person
them-
can read Korean and you can say, "Oh, that means this in Korean."
Right. But they would understand the Korean word for peace is that symbol. It wouldn't have to be the Korean symbol for the symbol for Korean peace. Like, necessarily.
Honestly, I think the reason why there's so many is that like, well, okay,
My thought
you
would-
live in Tokyo and you're deaf. All right, you got to go to America to learn American Sign Language.
Right. No, I agree. I think it's they've separately developed versus there being, for whatever
Probably.
reason, there was never a language. Someone in Ireland decided, I'm going to make it, and then it became popular everywhere. It seems like that didn't happen, which is fine. I'm just, like, I don't think you would need to have, like, kind of the similar words. I don't think, there isn't really a necessity for there to be other languages. Like, there is because people speak different languages, but we could all speak the same language. There's nothing
you go.
that's, like, keeping us from doing that other than we'd have to learn the other language,
Steven's turn.
This one, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah,
See how
versus
many
it,
times Steven dies.
yeah, no, but it wasn't. It's not like some guy, like you said, Japan. Some guy in Japan is deaf, and then he has to get an American to come over to learn Japanese to then teach him.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, why?
Seriously. I mean,
Yeah, if it's
yeah.
called American Sign Language, I can definitely see it being.
I assume they just kind of developed.
Nope, not
Luigi's
not
just
being
like,
in.
hey.
Not being
Luigi's
in.
like, hey, I can help you.
I like how Luigi's always just kind of like hanging around in these games now.
Gosh.
Yeah. It would be cool
Get
if,
up there,
Dude,
like, if
I can't wall jump because
press A to fly. It's like, but I need more stamina.
can I jump on you? No.
You can't wall. Can you do?
No, I can't wall jump.
Maybe you need
You have to wall
Luigi.
jump into
Yeah.
the B move. And then
Maybe you need.
Well, no, like once you jump, he's flying.
Oh.
So I can't wall jump.
I
to
mean,
do anything.
like without the B move into the B move, but it's like, yeah, you're right.
There we go.
Man,
For whatever reason, he didn't grab on the last time. So, well, I guess that's different. For whatever reason, I was thinking sign language, which I guess if it could be a blind thing as well, because like, what's her name? Hella Keller. That's the language she learned, or at least initially. I don't know if she ever learned any type of spoken language, which if she did, would have no idea how she would know what to say. Because like, how do you know if you're saying it right? You can't hear it. But I'm also not that, so I can't say that is impossible. I'm just saying I don't understand it. No, I was gonna say, like, if you're blind and watching this video, which again, it's like, I guess it could. There's nothing wrong with hearing the context or just hearing the audio. You just don't have the.
Yeah, this article. Yes, sign language does not represent spoken language, which I guess that makes sense because it's talking about
Doesn't
why
it
is
represent-
American. Because there's an American sign language and a British sign language. We both speak English. Why do we need two different kinds? And it's saying, well, sign language doesn't represent a spoken language.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, that makes more sense. What are you doing? He was like falling up. So that to me makes more sense in the context we were talking before, where it's not that someone couldn't learn it. It's that it's just easier to have someone who's already speaking your language to just teach you.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, the language you're whatever. No, stop.
Why don't you
like-
fly up there?
Because I barely made it up there, and then the ball hits me. I don't know. It's the same thing. Like, unless it's just a timing, I guess you have more control over
All right,
timing.
and
like
they
this.
go.
I wonder if learning different sign languages would be easier or harder than learning.
Go to the left. Go to the
spoken
left. He didn't go left.
Yeah, I don't know, because I've thought that, like, oh, I wonder how hard it would be to learn
Okay.
sign
Go left,
language,
there we go.
American Sign Language.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I
I've
have
never,
heard- That just appeared. I have heard that you don't say every word. You just say like,
it's probably more like thoughts or ideas.
yeah, it's more like little phrases. Like obviously you have to
imagine.
be detailed in what you're saying, but you're not necessarily going to say, oh
Whoa,
gosh.
what? Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
How do you
I
do?
think you needed something.
Do you know what you needed? Like at that point, it's like
All right, guys, thank you
just
for watching.
die.
We'll
and
see
then-
you all in the next episode. Look at that.
I like how we.
It ended with a wah wah wah. I'm probably gonna keep that in.